Hey guys, I am bringing you today to show you how to make your own homemade instant pancake mix. The kind where you just add water, okay? You don't need to, hold it. You don't need to add all that kind of stuff and mix it all up. It'll all be ready to go. What I've done is I've used unbleached all-purpose flour, which is what I had. But you can use whatever flour you want. This is not working. There we go. Okay. You can use whatever flour you want. You can use whole grain flour. There's a lot of things you can use, but whatever type of flour you want, just make sure that it's not self-rising. Okay. And the other ingredients are all pretty simple. And then you just put it all together, mix it super good, and then store it till you need to make pancakes. Then all you got to do is add water, just enough water to make it the consistency of batter that you want. Usually, roughly, it's about 50-50, half powder, half water. So if you put a cup of powder, baking mix, and then you put like a cup of water, okay? You know, depending. So if you like them thicker, then make it thicker. If you like them thin pancakes, then put a little extra water in there, okay? But let me get you on this. Now this particular recipe is easy to double. Ah, I dropped my phone. Okay. This little particular recipe is easy to double. So if you get your pen and paper, I'll start with the recipe. Okay, you're going to start with 6 cups of all-purpose flour, and you can double this if you guys eat a lot of pancakes. Now this flour, I froze this flour for about 2 weeks in the freezer, and then took it out and it was back at room temperature. I didn't want weevils in it. So this flour has already been treated for long term, basically. Anyway, you take 6 cups of all-purpose flour. You take 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Now, if you like your pancakes a little bit sweeter, then use a little more sugar. If you don't want the sugar, then you don't have to have sugar. But pancakes are kind of a sweet fry bread, so 3/4 of a cup of sugar is what I put in there. The next is 1 cup of powdered milk. Okay? And this is so you don't have to add milk. Now, if you make this up without the powdered milk, that's fine. Just remember when you go to add liquid, you're going to need to add You're going to need to add milk instead of water. Okay? But for quickie, where all you got to do is just put a cup in there and add some water and go, this is what you do. Okay? And the next one is 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Okay? And then you take 2.5 tablespoons of baking powder. And then you take 1/2 tablespoon of salt. And that's all the ingredients. And then all you got to do is mix it. And keep mixing it till you're sure it's completely and totally, mixed up. Now, if you use the 12 cups, if you double this and make 12 cups out of it, do keep in mind you're going to need a great big bowl, okay? Because this is 6 cups, and this is a pretty good sized bowl, and it's already over half full. But for those of you that have big families or eat pancakes a lot, then you know you might want to double this recipe, so you can only have to do it once ever so often. Now what I'm doing is I'm stirring it for a bit with this whisk, okay, which kind of makes it fluffy. And then I'm turning it so that I can get all of everything brought up from the bottom, okay? And then I'll stir it again. You just got to make sure it's good and mixed, that's all. Extremely well mixed. Because you don't want to have one part of your pancakes have more milk powder than flour, right? Or more salt than sugar. So you just want a uniform mixture. I'm going to turn it over a few more times. And I'm scraping the sides to make sure that I mix everything really well. Okay, now and then you just store it in whatever you're going to store it in. This is a peanut butter jar. So I'm going to fill this up. It's going to totally fill this thing up. So I've got another jar here handy. What I don't use, I can stick in a baggie and use for camping even. And oh, and by the way, this is great to take camping. All you need is water. That's it. You can put it up, you know, like 1 cup into a quart Ziploc baggie when you go camping, and then all you got to do is add water to the baggie, knead it, and then pour it out of the bag. Okay, so that way you have no dishes, no bowls to worry about. Okay, I think that's pretty full. All right, let's fill this up. Sure glad I got those jars down there at Goodwill. This might make a mess. We're going to do this over the bowl. Okay. Yeah, when you got something like, you can use a funnel, but if you don't, just hold it over the bowl when you fill it, and so anything that falls out lands right back in the bowl. So you don't make a big mess on your counter. Okay, that is one of the big jars of peanut butter, and then this is a quart jar. So you can imagine how much room you'll need. You'll need one of these big things if you mix up the 12 cups. You can get these at Walmart or anywhere. Pro tip, these 2 lids, with other than being a different color, will swap. See? I'll show you. Big one, it fits here. Perfect. Fits absolutely perfect. Screws right on just like it was meant to be. So, it's the reason why I buy these. That's part of the reason why I buy these big things of peanut butter. Not that I eat tons and tons, although I like peanut butter, is because I want the container when it's done. Okay? The container is handy for me to have for different things. You know, first and foremost, to be able to put things like my pancake mix in. If I want to put pasta in it, or anything really. But beans, peas, onions, whatever, anything dried, these, you know, it's a free canister. You had to pay for it when you bought your peanut butter, okay? So why not make use of it when you're done? Okay, guys, that's all on this instant pancake mix. I'll go back over the recipe one more time for you like I normally do. And it's 6 cups of all-purpose flour. Get this camera right. See, 6 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk powder, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 tablespoon of salt. And you mix it really, really, really good. And then all you have to do is mix water with it. Now, about 50-50 on the water. A cup of powder to a cup of water, approximately. You know, add like 2/3 of a cup. Stir it, see if it's the right consistency. For those of you who've made pancakes in the past, you know kind of how thick you want your pancake mix so that it makes the thickness of pancakes that you want. So anyway, if you'd hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, consider supporting the channel, share it with your friends, look at my links down below, and y'all come back and see me. Oh, I've got another video that I'm fixing to make on homemade brown sugar.